Hola, my friends. Yep, it's Michael, Woods McCausland. So let's update the status of the California Indigenous Medicinal Cannabinol R&D agricultural industry. And yes, an old hat came back to find me. It's always good to have an old hat come back when you're starting a new rodeo. So, where is the industry right now? Well, all of the codes that we co-authored with the CDFA, which took 5 years to implement, are now being implemented. And what people thought was not what's in those codes. We can cross that abyss. It has to be done through the industry, from within the industry, because it requires an R&D agricultural marketing cooperative. It's member-owned and operated. And the processing facilities and the implementation of all the standards that are in those codes, up to the wattage per square foot that you can utilize, as well as how high your greenhouse can be. No pun intended. We actually don't go up. We go down. So the industry is in this flux where it's gone from the high times, the normal, all of that, which was about creating horticultural product with the meme or the narrative generated by high times. If you looked in the back of those magazines, you would see who was supporting them and everything. And there is some debate as to whether people had to go inside or outside or not. In Northern California, we looked at inside and it did not work because we could not get the production that we were required. So it's turning back to that. The laws are being implemented. It has to be run through a member-owned and operated agricultural marketing collective, cooperative. That's Cal CGA. And the implementation and the management and the marketing is done by CA Sunbelt. So there's 3 different tiers to that. We bring our message through music so that we can gather upon common ground with a common cause, and that is multiple sclerosis, which is actually impacting the music industry in an skewed statistical amount, as well as farmers who are developing it because of the type of petrochemical monocropping that we utilize, which that is in transition. Everything is in transition. And the biggest chunk is the Calusa Butte rice growers, which they hold the key to 25 square miles of fallow rice land, which has been designated for hemp production. So all of the pieces are there. We're also operating outside of California because the same model goes into every other ecosystem that exists. The issue of building gigantic processing facilities has been eliminated by our mobility. The industry is going right where it needs to go, back into that restorative, regenerative model, while providing a natural resource that meets all of Maslow's hierarchy of needs. And the new model for agrotech is live-work communities. Mobility, synchronicity through connectivity, and rewarding creativity. Everyone has a dog in the race or skin in the game, as they say it, but it's equity-based. Again, many of these farmers are very land rich and liquidity poor to get this system up and running, to go through all the court systems to get the licensures that's required to provide the liability that exists. That system's easily slipped into two premium associations in the agricultural industry. However, we've gone after all of them. And where is the prime target first to begin? Well, of course, it's in Mount Diablo. But there are other ones that are moving fast, rapidly in other locations. But that's one of our premier sacred grounds that has a lot of reconciliation that needs to take place. All right, my friends, on this Labor Day weekend, shine bright, enjoy. Funny things happen in September. People like me are born. All right, one love, Michael.